the one that well was speaking about. We're going to jump into our training call. So if you're someone that wants to advance in total life changes, you might want to stay on. If you're somebody in total life changes and you are looking to really understand how to build, grow, and evolve, I want you guys to stay on real quick, right? We'll only be here for about 15, 20 minutes. If you are someone that is the first time you're hearing this opportunity, go ahead and you can get off the line and get back with the person who invited you on this call. I don't want to lose anybody that's already on. If you want to just hustle, ear hustling and listening, go ahead and stay on. So there's some people on the call that did some really cool things this week, and they were able to have experience in this business and win, right? It's something called the Compete to Retreat challenge, right? Who on here won the Compete to Retreat challenge? Anybody? Any winners on here? Any winners on here? Any winners? If you are a winner, okay, I need you to let me spotlight the winners real quick. I see a couple winners up in here. Let me see. I see Sierra up in here. Anthony, if you go ahead and spotlight them for me. I want to make sure we're gonna have a real big celebration, y'all. But I want to talk to some of the winners and the ones that are winners are on the line because you're here. But I gotta give credit where it's due. Okay, hey Ty. Awesome. Anthony's gonna be my helper real quick and get some of the winners on. Let's have Green. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So as we get some of the folks on here, I want to first say something so funny that I'm doing right now, y'all. Because I'm a winner too, right? I'm on this sales call right now. And I get so intrigued on people that sell stuff online and like high ticket sales, you know? So I'm listening to this girl, and this is crazy, y'all. Hey, listen.
Okay, cool. I had a feeling. I had a feeling. So listen, you guys, if you are in the hospitality industry at all, if you are
Y'all, I can't believe, no shade to her, I can't believe she sells $3,000 products and she has these slides, right? And it's so cool that we're on this line right now and our average product is 75 bucks. Y'all, 75 bucks. I, I just want you to get where I'm at. Y'all, I'm blown away over here, okay? I'm sorry. I'm a business girl. I kind of go crazy sometimes.
of their order, right? Just so that you can make 20% off of how much it is that they spent. That's called building rapport in sales. The way that you're building your relationship with them, that's called building.
I'm sorry. The reason why this is so important, every single week you should be competing to retreat. Every single week you should be competing to retreat. Yeah, I'm turned up right now. I needed to hear this. I told my team, I said, send me the lady's link. And I'm gonna DM her. She has hundreds of people every night selling. I'm selling her program for $3,000, teaching them to find people like us to take 20% of whatever we do. The people you see on the screen, if your camera's off, they probably that's how Anthony is on. She's probably putting you on here. If you're not, camera's not on, it's okay. Love y'all. I know it was like impromptu, right? But what we did today on Eric Worre's call was revolutionary. We had a call in the middle of the day, and over 100 people came on. Shout out to Anthony. I'm very hard and tough to work with sometimes. And I say, Anthony, I don't care what you got to do. You use all of my lists. I'm big in digital marketing. I didn't blast everybody. I got a doctor. Dr. April Carter was on there. She's on here now. She's my client. I saw her. She was in my building. She said, I was on your call today. I said, what call was you on? She said, the one with Eric Worre. Anthony accidentally sent the email to my clients. And you want to know something? She owns a Hot Works. She owns a Hot Works. Anthony, go ahead and send this out. to my active list real quick. These 400 people on my active list need to be on this call right now. Because I want everybody from Compete to Retreat, if you're available to talk about it, we're about to have a real candid conversation. Because I'm going to give you guys an intimate hot coaching session real quick. If I got $4,500 from my client, that's how much I charge her, right? After I spend the money and send it to everybody and hire all these different people, you guys, I might make a good 750. Uncle Sam has 30%. I make 750 if I do the math. Because I got like 7 people working that one account. Alexis is over here selling her life away. Every night, this lady does a call Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. She sends me text messages every single day. It took, I'm gonna show you the math. Look at this. It took 36 exposures for her to get me on her Zoom. 36 exposures. And I'm a big dog in her space because I'm her ideal client. I'm gonna be honest with you. My average ticket's $3,500 to $7,500 a ticket. Do I love doing what I do? TLC is easier for me. I ain't gonna lie. Zooms drive me nuts a little bit sometimes because it's too long to talk about a service that's already done. Right? When I sell a product and I go like this, and I prop my phone up with my light. I'm giving y'all game. This is my first one's the game for me. I prop my light up with my some YouTuber got me on this brewmate child. Now I want to be a YouTuber. Bless me, please. Now I want to be a YouTuber. And now what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put my tea in my brewmate jar. Don't let this go over your head. I want to make money from YouTube. I want to make money from brand ambassador deals. Baby, I am on a mission. I'm gonna give y'all the game. I'm putting my TLCT in here. Miss one little step. I have my camera up right here, right? And I'm going to prop it up and I'm gonna do this whole little moment again and act like y'all know what we be doing sometimes. He only imagine the girls they be in the gym, they be acting like they work. They like, oh my God, glute day. Okay, let me stop. Okay. I'm doing this. I'm going like this, shaking it up. Watch this. And the particles are hitting my tongue because I didn't shake it well enough, but don't worry. All right. Who wants me to make 5 sales by midnight? Anybody? All right, watch me work. Watch me work. I had such a long day today, but it was a great day. Clients, customers, distributors, all the things. But y'all, I'm on a mission, okay? You see this? I'm on a mission. And I know one thing for certain, one thing for sure. If I drink my tea every single night, and if I take my ISO control every single night, no shade to the shot girlies, but for me, I'm gonna feed the natural GLPs in my body. If I do this every single night, babes, I'm gonna be big fine. And I realized that I need to invite you along the process. I want 5 accountability partners that simply just want to get finer before the new year. Where you at? I had such a long day today, but it was a great day. Clients, customers, distributors, all the things. But y'all, okay, I'm on a mission. Okay. I'm giving you one part of my game. It's all gonna make sense. Stay to the end. One thing for certain, one thing for sure. Stay to the end. Watch this. Okay. Watch this. I don't want them to hit a link. Watch this. I'm putting my poll up. I'm putting my poll up. Where you at? The poll. Send me the link right now. I need to lose at least 5 to 10 pounds. I can't wait. Send me link ASAP. Okay. You only got, you only got 3 options. Okay. I'm gonna press this right here to post. Share. Got it. Okay. Now I'm gonna go to how I make the tea. Right there. I'm gonna go up because I was talking to y'all. The music is on there. I'm gonna go find about a song I like.
See, I like the person that you are, but I'm in love with the person that you have potential to
Whatever.
be. And
So then I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna add my link to the product, right? I'm adding my link to the product. And now I gave them 2 options. Either they're gonna buy it from me from communicating what they want, or weight loss, detox teas. Boom. I'm adding it right here. The link.
Girl, you just want
Okay.
and you rather see. I like the person that you are.
Buy it
the person that you have
now.
potential to be, and all your dreams sharing with me, and your secrets bearing with me, and the flaws you don't even gotta mention to me. Ambitious girl, you just want to win.
Boom. Okay.
You are stuck watching someone
The
else.
reason I'm showing you this is because we have been overthinking everything. It's not that deep, you guys. And what happens is I'm watching, I had a moment today. I was so busy today, right? And as grateful I am that my agency is doing well right now, the thing that I have to be honest with you about, it requires a lot of work. Anthony was on a call today with one of my clients. Child, it was a tough call. And at the end of that call, what I say, Anthony, I said, I gotta win in TLC. I got to. You wanna know why? I would never in my life want to be dependent on one income. So I'm gonna invite you to the Apprentice Challenge. And every single week, we're competing to retreat. If you become an apprentice every single week, and I'm gonna give you the game at the end. And if you're already an apprentice and you help 2 people become an apprentice, that means you'll never not be a director in your life. That means you're on track to make about $2,000 a month consistently. So there's some winners that are on the group that this is not the first time I celebrate them. I'm gonna ride this thing out. But I sat there because I'm busy. I don't be on Instagram like that. And I saw the TLC page today with all like the posts. And I was like, dang, last year we had Sierra, Ty, and Green. This year, y'all done Sierra, Ty, I respect. You gotta give your flowers to where it's due. Sierra, Ty, Green. If you didn't make it to this one, it would have been kind of sad. So the reason why I'm telling you this is because oftentimes we focus on the gold mine and signing everybody up. But the reality is, can you retain your customers? So I want to do something tonight that I haven't done in a long time. Because maybe familiarity breeds complacency. Maybe the way you saw Eric Worre say the same thing I tell you guys all the time. Y'all know I do that all the time, right? I want each person that won to share. Don't give me philosophy. Give me what you really did. Because winners focus on winning. They don't focus on anything else. And if you're on this call tonight, you're focusing on winning. And you need to know the game on how you can break loose in this business. So the first person I'm gonna bring up, I gotta bring my big dog on here because she 7-figure earner, you know what I'm saying? But I gotta bring my girl Green. I gonna bring on Sierra and Ty because they came on first. But I give respect to my girl, y'all. So first I'm gonna bring up is Green. And Green, I got grandfathered in last year. I don't think Sierra and Ty knew that. Maybe they did. Maybe in the back of their mind. And I got grandfathered in. And they was dancing. Everybody was dancing. And when I sat down at that bonfire, something hit me. I said, I ain't sell none of these products. I said, but they did. I said, I will never ever go to a retreat just because I'm an executive ambassador. I said, I will belong there. Straight up. So Green, I took her to the spa at the retreat last year. It was so fun. We had a girls' time. We're gonna have fun this time too. But I took you to the spa, and I want to thank you for empower. I was going through a hard time in TLC mentally, and when I heard you were going, I asked Mr. Fallon. I was like, I want to pull up. And they were like, you pay your way, you do your thing. I was like, bet, I'm there, right? So Green, what did you do to go on beast mode? Because you had a rough start. You was in Bali, Thailand, which one? One of the two, Bali, right? You had a rough start, babes. So what did you do to say, I am not missing this? Be honest.
Okay, so full transparency, I saw the trip and I was like, oh, yay, the trip. But I wasn't really yay the trip. I hope you guys understand what that means. Like, I wanted to go the trip, but I knew I wasn't putting my whole being into winning the trip. Because I'm like, oh, I did this before. But I had a conversation with leadership. I'm going to be really quick. And they're like, how are we talking about TLC 2.0 and you guys aren't going to be on the trip? Like, I felt like I got a punch in the gut. And I said, we're TLC 2.0. Like, we're making a statement. How is it that I'm not pushing for this? And then I saw the banners dropping. And I was so proud to see Carmen hit it, then Ty, so I got to work. So what did I do? Guys, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I went through my back office and it was tedious work, but I did it because I knew I had a goal. I went in my back office and I clicked on personally enrolled customers. All those customers that may have purchased NutriBurst from me in the past, I went in on the NutriBurst sales. And again, I started slow. If I had been thinking all those deals on those Tuesdays, I would have went crazy. But I started with the watermelon and the NutriBurst, and those two deals are what helped bring me to the finish line. I was contacting customers that use those products to say, hey, we're having a deal. So and the way you guys know how I am, all of you in here pretty much know, I was speaking like, girl, you cannot miss this deal. 50% off of NutriBurst. That excitement. Then I had people saying, I want two. A lady in Africa said, I want two. They wanted two at a time. All I said was, give me the money and I'll place the order for you. That's honestly what I did.
Wait, sorry. So I want you guys to write this down. I mean, I'm giving you guys the game. We're giving you the game. I'm just here as a vessel. Okay. So she pretty much wasn't lazy. She went back to her customer list. She got organized. Write that down. And she retargeted them. Retargeting means she followed up. She targeted this hit list. It said, I'm going to leverage the sales and I'm going to leverage high touch. See, oftentimes we wait for social media to make the run. Let me run that back again. Social media is not the be all. If you wait for social media to give you the win, you will not make it. Social media is a social playground. It's fun. Anytime somebody gets too obsessed with social media, I always tell them, what are you doing outside of social media? Green, another thing happened, and I'll just say in front of her, she's very coachable. She doesn't really take much personal, I ain't gonna lie. Really, I called her, I said, what you doing? I said, what's up? I said, what are we doing? I'm gonna go by it myself? And I don't know what the Lord did to her. She's very competitive. She called Stacy. And she said, I'm not gonna do this by myself because that's duplication. And it's accountability. I'm not the best accountability partner because I'm not gonna be talking about this every day. I'll be honest with you. Because I got so much on my plate, it ain't even funny right now. But that's just my real truth right now. I told Green, I worked harder in 2019 than I did in 2020. I haven't worked this hard since 2018, y'all. I feel like a Hebrew slave, for real. I ain't got no time. I done found myself, look at me. I done found myself squeezing in little 5,000 steps just now. I'm like, I didn't work out today. This is weird. That's not like me. But I was so busy today. Real talk. So Green, you locked in, you're accountable. You didn't take nothing personal. Cause you could have easily told me, don't talk to me no more. I said, girl, you ain't gonna win. That's crazy. That's wild. And then Miss LaCari called me and said, what's going on with Green? I said, yeah. She tasted the compete and retreat now. So shout out to you. And then also shout out to the camaraderie, because I know you talk to a lot of other people. Shout out to all you guys working together and connecting. Next, Sierra and Ty. Gotta give you your flowers. Man, I didn't know you guys much. Last year, I met you for the first time. Well, we met kind of before, but not really. I met you for real at Compete and Retreat. And it was just like, y'all are a breath of fresh air for me. It was like innocent people that just take the products. You're so funny. Take the products. And I was like, Green, who is those people? He's like, oh, they're Talenti and Tiana, their sponsor. I said, oh, that's dope. I was like, well, let me go talk to them, you know? So I go over there and talk to them, and they're like, yeah, we do all this retail. And I kind of felt shame because I don't do no retail at the time. And I was like, well, dang. I said, these people did retail and they lost some weight. I was like, I got bigger fish to fry, right? So you guys are there and your transformation has helped you become retail machines, right? Like you guys do things the old school, the new school, all ways. So give me the game, because I think a lot of times uh, working the business is not easy. You guys went through a lot of trauma in this past season. May the Lord continue to give you peace. I know it's not easy, but I mean, I saw you go from back to back trauma, like real talk. And I only reach out to you. I don't never bother you. I'm praying for you. I wish you well. I pray you're okay. I'm scared to be, what's going on with your volume? Ain't doing that. Right. But my heart goes out to anyone that goes through trauma sometimes. Because when I got out of depression, I realized how how our emotional state impacts our business, right? So I don't think people know that about you guys. And whatever you got going on, you've been fighting, and I see you, and I'm proud of you. So tell me, what did you do in this breakthrough? Like, how did y'all just lock in and say enough is enough?
You want to start?
No,
You want me to? Okay.
Women first.
All right. So, like you said, the simplicity. It's the simple things that work, and it can work for all of us, right? It's funny that you were talking about you doing the polls in Instagram. So I can't go live currently in Instagram. I'm not allowed to go live because I held up NRG and they said it was against community rules, whatever. Y'all know how Instagram be funny. Y'all, they did this to me like months ago, so I can't go live on that. So I was like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do?
Wow.
Gotten so comfortable with Instagram, not realizing, girl, you have Facebook. Hello. So what I did, what we did is I utilized my Facebook. So I just did simple polls like you did. Like I would say, are you a coffee drinker or tea drinker? Just giving people simple stuff like that. And I created my own funnel, right? People put tea, coffee, or I say stuff like, do you like tropical, or it's summertime, tropical, in the summertime, do you like tropical or watermelon? Just something that gets people having a conversation. And then what we would do is we would reach out to those people. So that really helped us. Of course, we went through our people that love the product and buy from us regularly. Hey, we have a way that you can get your product for free. If you can give me 5 people, we'll give you one of your products for free. You got to give some to get some. It's either, am I going to be stingy and stay at home, or am I going to give a little and be on the retreat? Family. So we decided we're going to be on the retreat. Mind you, I had surgery on September the 24th. So me personally, I had nothing but time. I was literally on the bed. I had nothing but time. So that, to be honest with you, even though don't want to say it was bad, but it was a time for us to lock in. Like I had time. I went through our back office. I went through our customers. It's really about going through those customers that you haven't talked to, those customers that love the product, and creating your own funnels. Like if one thing's not working, you have to accept that it's not working right now and go to something else. So that's just really what we did. And we just kept doing it. Once it works, you just keep doing it. Do the things that work.
And the other side of that is this would be our third, right? We already made the decision when they announced it at Frequency that we were going to go. So how we were going to get there, that wasn't the idea. It was making the decision first. The second part of it was, are we just going to focus on getting ourselves, or are we going to focus on getting ourselves and our team? Because how different is it to go there with people that are working with you to get to a goal, And so for us, getting there was our goal, but also bringing people along. So we created a community with our downline to push ourselves. And not all of them were actually our downline, to be honest. Some of them were just people that generally love to work together with us. And we got a lot of people there. It's nice to know TLC as TLC 2.0, know that you're bringing others along. That's the whole premise of TLC. Bring people along and experience it the same, because they're just going to keep doing it every compete to retreat, right?
That's really good. And what I got from that was, I got a couple things from you guys. Polls, interacting with your audience. I think that's what's a better word for that, audience interaction. Referrals, that was a really good one. Building community. So community to me builds accountability, right? I think that's a really big thing, because when no one wants to be left behind, you know what I'm saying? So feeling like it's like FOMO in a sense. So even if they can't get to that point, they try, right? So I love that. And I love the personal accountability of, you could have said, okay, I had surgery, I'm not doing nothing. But you say, you know what am I going to do with my time? What am I do with my energy? And that's really good that you guys tag teamed on that. I love it. And you have your personal downline, I think Denisha, actually, right?
Denisha, Brian, I don't think he's on here. And
Okay.
we worked with a young lady that we've been working with from the beginning of the year. Her sponsor is no longer in Total Life Changes, which is okay.
Right.
But we work with her as well. So it's really just like you said, when you're in in that bubble of people that really want to make it, it's like, okay, well, she got 5 orders today. Let me get moving here. Like, and then we get to kind of bounce ideas off of each other. And
I love that.
you know, so yeah.
I love that. I definitely want to talk to you guys about that too. I think building community is important. I don't think that everybody essentially, Chandra mentioned something yesterday about not being competitive. And I love what she said because sometimes, and that's all she's on here right now, since you'll get binary, sometimes people just got to hear that it's possible, you know, like it's possible. Like it's this, you have the ability to do it because she got 5 orders today, I can too. So I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. All right. So I think that the first person that kind of knocked this out was Carmen Rowe. Was it Carmen? Carmen, Sierra, tie out the first ones. So Carmen, you knocked this. Well, yeah, Carmen was. Carmen, girl, child, you had me at hello. I said, child. I said, I don't know what and I'm gonna be honest with you. Carmen is not shy. We at the restaurant, and this lady was soliciting. Y'all, I had to tell Carmen at the restaurant, no, I loved it. You inspired me. No, no, Carmen, you was. Carmen was getting to know people at the restaurant in Atlanta, and I was inspired. I said, dang, I don't talk to nobody at no restaurant. And she was over there making small talk. And I was like, this is nice. I was like, this lady be working, child. I need to learn a little 1-2 from her, right? So I know that y'all are really tight. Y'all do all the things. I love the accountability that you guys have. What did you do to knock it out? Because you had us at, I know, Sierra and Ty was probably like, okay, Carmen. And then we came behind it. They came behind it. Then all of us was like, we finna come too, you know? So, Carl, tell us the game. What exactly, like, be honest, what you do, girl?
Well, for me, because I relocated and I still feel like I'm in a bubble. I really did this scared. And when you do it scared and do it, but you believe, but you do it scared, that means you're gonna do it, right? So I had to make a decision that I was gonna take my husband on this trip.
Oh,
And that
wow.
I won't get into why, but so it became personal for me. So
Wow.
then I had to ask myself, well, how are you gonna do this, girl? Right? Reports. And the first thing God gave me, he said, you got to go back to the basics. Like you always did have so many connections. I have so many connections, but then there are times where I feel like I'm in a place where I don't have the connection. So he said, go back to where your connections was. I travel a lot. I'm a caregiver. I travel for my medical, all my medical, and then I travel for things with my children. So I'm never like planted in one place. My suitcases with my products gonna go with me before my suitcase with my underwear gonna go with me, right? So I'm always gonna have all my products with me. Like I leave here literally, like Talentia said, I don't leave home without it. Literally to the point where my husband says, girl, you got any clothes? And wherever we go, I have to end up buying me something because I'm always traveling with my products. So I went back to my report and I did come on one night and I talked about the report. My report goes back to 2020. So I have people in my report that I haven't reached out to and followed up to. Shame on Carmen, and I know we all do it, right? We don't follow up. So my follow up game wasn't good because I was always traveling, right? So now I know that in order for me to connect, I have all kinds of things that I've done prior to the compete the retreat. Like I got a whole stack of cards from an event that I went to and I never reached out to these people. So now how are you going to do it? And then the other thing is I work, I connect with a lot of people that are like in my age category. I'm not old, I'm young, right? But I do work with a lot of people that don't know social media. So they don't see me on social media. My social media sales are like down here. My personal relationship sales are up here because I work with people, I connect with people. Being prior military, I have relationships. So my house had packages up to the front door when I got back because all my products was going on the road to North Carolina, to
Wow.
Raleigh, to Columbia, to Virginia. My products had traveled with me. So by the time I came back, I needed to replenish my products. But the report and going back to the basic is what helped me because I reached out to the people who were not getting things to say and leverage all those deals. And one last thing that I'll share that I did was that every product got a free product. So you didn't just get one. If you got NutriBurst from me, you were definitely going to get some tea from me. If you got tea from me, you were going to get some NutriBurst. If you were that person, you just love energy, you were going to get the energy plus maybe some coffee. So that's how I actually build build my clients coming back and coming back. But I was never at home, Coach Natalie. I was never at home doing that competition. Like I was on the road, like literally not at my house, crying most of the time because I know that if I ran out of something, it's like, oh my God, how am I gonna do it? So what I started doing is I started having products sent to wherever I was to replenish my products.
Wow. So you on the road. So I want to hope you guys got this. So Carmen, fearless leader, said, I'm gonna get this done. And she said, I'm gonna take my man. Don't miss that. She said, I'm gonna take my husband on this trip. I love that. Okay. Because I think I hope y'all don't miss that. Your why was bigger than money. Yeah, you're gonna make money. Y'all do the math. She makes money with selling products. That's fine. But she knew she wants to gift this expense paid trip to her husband. Congratulations. I am proud of you. I am inspired. Real talk. I really am. And I love that. Another thing you said, and I have one of my clients on here that she does funding and she also just joined TLC. And I was like, get on this call real quick. And I love that you guys are making it simple because in her life, she has to collect leads from doing different things. And then they have to qualify to actually, close the deal. Here at TLC, people want to take the products. They want to use it. That's what they want to do. So you guys committed, and the worst that can happen is somebody can lose weight or feel good. Congratulations on that. All right. Then we have okay, yeah. Talentia. Talenthia and Tion. So Talenthia is actually literally the first person I did a house party for in 2000, what is it, 2015, 16, whatever that was.
Yes.
Yeah. I said, Talenthia, I didn't know what the heck I was talking about, but I said, I'm going to do it at your house. Right? She had the chairs, little fold-out chairs back in the day. You fold up the chairs, and we went over there. And why this call is so profound, people think you have to be an Instagram celebrity or Facebook celebrity. Now you got to get in the field. You know, you got to get in the field. We had that house packed up. All right. So in this season of your life, 10 years later in this business, what is this that you guys did to win this challenge?
Listen, first and foremost, man, congratulations to everybody because for us, it was not like a walk in the park. And we had to really think about it and debate because we're expecting a grandbaby. So I'm like, oh my gosh, we already had lost like 5 weeks because we weren't going to go. We're expecting a grandbaby. So I'm like, oh my gosh. She gave us the go. She gave us the go. She said, Mom, if y'all want to go on this trip and y'all qualify, here she go. Y'all qualify for it. Y'all go ahead on. Y'all deserve it. So baby girl put us in a position. She gave us the thumbs up, the go, celebrate, qualify, get on the trip. And we're belly to belly people. We want to be in your face. We are vendors. So we're in the streets and this is a competition. So now we have to divide and conquer. So it's two of us. If I challenge you to get 5 people, then I got to get the 5 too. So we just did a divide and conquer and I pushed him harder
this go round because he's usually pushing me. So I'm like, no, you're in the gym more than I am. I need you to get 10 more customers today. So he did what he had to do because this was not a walk in the park. 100 customers. Our main customers came from our vending. We collect money, we collect information, and then we replenish and restock our products. So everybody pretty much said the social media game and all that. We did a little on social, but our main thing was definitely being in the gyms, being out in the streets, and being in the vending arenas, participating in those type of, communities.
I love that. So I heard a lot of things, which I think this gets real now, right? I think a lot of times in life we can count ourselves out, right? And so I lost too much time, forget it. And I'm sure there was a mental part of when your daughter told you go, you probably was like, nah, like it's just nah, I'm not gonna do it. But what happens is when you make a decision and you align with God's principles for your life and you have a valuable product that actually works, there's no delay. You know what I'm saying? So you guys knock that thing out. You collected data, you retargeted the people that you already had, and you tag team and had accountability. So that's a big deal. Congratulations on
Thank you.
that. And I saw that you guys are also on the retention club several times as well. So good job on that. Congrats.
Thank you.
I love it. All right, next we have Denisha. I know that you are by way of Sierra, Ty, Cynthia, and that in Tion's group. Tell me about what you did.
Good evening, everybody. Please excuse me, I'm at work. What I did, I had to get uncomfortable. I wanted to get uncomfortable because I don't like to be counted out, left out, and when this compete to retreat started, I had to show myself like you this is what you wanted to do, so I got uncomfortable and I started doing what I wasn't doing before, and I was actually physically talking to people, allowing people to see me taking the products. And like Coach Carmen said, and Coach Sierra, I was offering, products for products. If you bought that tea, I'm giving you some NutriBurst, or if you wanted 2 bags of tea, I was doing that. I was also big on doing those referrals. So a lot of it was for me just getting uncomfortable, doing stuff that I wasn't doing before, getting in people's face, going live. I'm still I got improvement on my lives to go, but I didn't let that stuff stop me because I did get in my head a little bit, towards the end, and I had to, get a little self-check, but I stuck with it and I showed my drive. I showed my fight, my belief, the beliefs that my coaches had in me. That's what made me push even harder. I'm like, here, I ain't gonna let them be the only ones on that retreat. I want to put my feet in the sand too. I want to drink me some drinks, so I had to really fight. And I just thank my team for, helping push me, encouraging me, and I did it. So, and it's a first. So that's what made me, really want to do this. So I'm
I'm
proud.
so
And
proud of you. Man, I'm so proud of you. Where are you based?
I'm sorry.
Where
Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Wow, wow. I'm very proud of you, Denisha. I don't know you personally, but I'm just very, very proud of what you've been able to do. I think that's a very, very big deal. And I will say this, you locked in, you made a decision, it was personal for you, and you deserve a trip. And when you make a decision and you lock in, I love that you are creative. So we know that off of every product we get $20. So if I get somebody, if they're on NutriBurst and I get them on NRG, that next month they're gonna buy the NutriBurst and the NRG. You get what I'm saying? So now that's something that I think you guys should take on, sampling another product when you do your orders, especially if it's in person. So congrats on that. All right, next we got Mia. Mia. No, I think, well, yeah, Mia. Let's do Mia. So Mia, quick story. I know Mia was pissed off with me this weekend for a second. I don't know. I literally because I have a very direct personality. So Mia was like, I have three people left. I said, just do it. Just do
No.
it, Mia. Right? And well, I love, maybe you wasn't pissed off because you like tough love then. But I said, just do it. Like I wasn't about to baby Mia. I said, Mia, get it done. All right.
Mhm.
And I was in front of people. I was teaching at Tammy's event while that happened. And I voice note you. I said, hold on, y'all gotta talk to Mia. Right? So I voice note you. And when I tell you I'm proud of you, girl, literally, you started strong. You really did a great job. And then you had a
Mhm.
little moment where you were just like, okay, let me kind of like pick up my pace. Green, I was keeping up with Green. She was telling me what y'all had going on. And you had accountability. Oh, that's your baby. Hi.
My grandson.
Oh, grandson. Ah, so
Thank
cute.
you.
So, you are accountable and you don't take things personal. So that's what I love about you, Mia, is like you've been in such a season of gratitude that your vibe, like your mother said, your vibration is high, right? And you're just such a kind person. But I do know one thing is you are very disciplined because when you say you're gonna do something, you do it.
That's
And
it.
I love that about you. So tell me what you did.
Okay, well, thank you, Coach. I appreciate this. And congratulations to everybody that is going to be on vacation. First and foremost, I made a decision because I joined this company in July 2024, and I realized if I'm going to be here, then I don't need to play games. I need to be serious about this thing, right? So I love to travel, I love the beach, and this was just an opportunity to show up for myself, to show myself that I could actually execute this plan no matter who was with me or who wasn't with me. I have the coaches stop, I have the support, and this team is so amazing because everybody has strategy, everybody has just everybody contributes in
And
different
can
ways.
you,
So I got a little bit from everybody, from Coach Green to you, Coach Natalie, Carmen, anybody that I knew was doing well and I saw them on the boards, I'm like, hey, what are you doing? How can you support me? What do you think I should do? Sonia Atkinson also. So when I first made the decision, I thought, okay, 100 customers will be my route because I haven't been so hugely successful with the recruit aspect. So I just went back to all the names because I keep a list of people in my phone, in my notebooks, and I went back to everybody that purchased product. Even if they ignored me on several occasions, I was surprised that I had people who were like answering the phone that wouldn't answer the phone in the past. I went to family members. I work out of like 5 senior living communities. I talked to residents' families, people that work in those facilities, people who have bought product from me in the past. And like Carmen was saying, I would offer, like, I'm big on control now. Control is my jam. So I'm like I'm hyping up the control because I know a lot of people who need it. And so when they purchase the control, because I have an abundance of brewed tea, I would offer them like, hey, you'll get 2 brewed tea, 2 week supply of brewed tea, you buy the control. And so I would get people who would like to purchase 2 week increments or whatever. So I just hustled and juggled. I'm like, what do you want? Like, we're going to make this work. I don't care if it's a $25 pack, we're going to make it work. And then reinvesting. And so it became apparent that 100, getting 100 customers is not easy at all. So when the opportunity came up to be able to have 25 life changers and 50 customers, because I was like maybe 5 from 50 customers, I thought, you know what? I need to do the 25 life changers because many people are interested in the company, but I've had people tell me, oh, I want to wait to the first of the year, or I'm not sure, but I know I'm going to join you. So I tapped into those people and made it very attractive for them to join now and kind of like ease their way into being active life changers. And so that's really essentially what I did. I juggled, I hustled, I did vending. I just look, I spoke to people that I would never speak to because my goal was on the line. So, and I didn't want to lose. That was the bottom line. I did not want to lose. That's basically it.
I love it. And I think that one of the things that I love is that you locked in. I think everybody has that competitive spirit when they want to, right? But you weren't competing against anybody else. You were competing against yourself. I noticed that. You're competing against the old Bia and you were declaring that you do have it in you. So congratulations on that. Congratulations on setting a goal. I hope you guys heard that. And she said, I'm not going to lose. I'm going to make this shake until the very end. So congratulations on that. All
Thank
right.
you.
We have Stacy. Stacy,
Hello, hello.
another person that Green was coaching. She was coaching directly Mia and Stacy as well. And I remember just seeing your name just pop up, you know? And well, first I remember our call that we had through Green, you and I. And I saw a lot of changing you around that time. You just took accountability. Like you're like, hey, I'm not gonna be left and right. This is what I'm gonna do. And then you just turned up. You do a lot at barbershops. You have a lot of personal customers and that sort of thing. So what did you do to like knock out this challenge?
All right. Well, first of all, I want to say congratulations to everybody. This was a big challenge for me. It was one of the first ones. And I'm so thankful. And I want to say shout out to Green because she was one that reached out to me and made me lock in. Team tagging with, someone who's on the same page as you, who understands how I go out and get, you know, my product sold, someone who actually can walk me through it, because a lot of times we don't have people that will hold your hand. So I'm thankful, to this group, to have leaders that will actually hold your hand, and step by step, if you forget how to do something. I mean, like me, I'm in the business, but I really, I was working a full-time job, so I wasn't really running the business like I was supposed to. So when you got all these things and you're operating and you're doing things wrong, it doesn't add up. So a lot of times I was able to reach back out to Doreen and say, hey, I'm ordering products, but I'm doing it this way. And she's like, no, why are you doing it that way? You might as well do it this way. So getting back to all of the people that I got in my system, and I'm out on the street every weekend, so I'm hustling Saturdays and Sundays. So I was never short of being able to sell products and being able to build my list. So I had all of these people that I was selling to, but I just didn't understand the process of how to reorder products, because I was making money hand over fist, because when I order products I would break them down, so I would make enough money. So when I reordered my products, I was not reordering the right way. So when I kind of honed in, I retired, of course. I know I'm all over the place, but as I retired, I had time to sit down and strategize what I wanted to do to get this win. And I have a goal post to shoot for. You know what I'm saying? I knew that I could get those customers easily, and just tapping back into that database, which is a lot of customers over the years. Those people, I would just call like two or three people, and literally they'd be like, yeah, I've been looking for you, I've been meaning to call you. And it's crazy because I'm like, oh, okay, so there's a sale on NutriBurst, so I just wanted to know if you wanted to reorder. And they like, sure, what else you got? So I would order like, two products for a person at the same time. So I would actually just break that out into two different sales. But I did what I had to do. But a lot of times just reaching back out to your database and touching base with those people. I know a lot of people did the same thing, but also getting new customers, because I was still doing pop-ups every weekend. So getting those new customers every weekend, and then of course letting them know, hey, I'm going to reorder this product that you just purchased from me because you didn't buy it online. So is that okay? And the customers are okay with that. So that's what I started to do. Just touch base with them, let them know what I was doing, and eventually the numbers just ran up. So because I have a lot of people I run into every day on Saturdays and Sundays, and so that's pretty much what I did. I can't hear you.
Bad. My bad. Sorry, y'all. I love the ability that you had to say to yourself, okay, I'm gonna do what I have to do to make this work. And I think a lot of times people just lack locking in, you know. You have to focus. Money is not gonna just find you. You have to focus, you have to lock in. I have a crazy goal every day. My goals are crazy every day. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I feel like, who told me to do these goals? You know? And you got to get crazy with it sometimes, because once you get crazy with it and you get really intentional, then guess what? You almost hit it, you know? So you said, I'm going to get it done, and you knocked it out. And then retention wise, you said, let me make sure Stacy was not in the season where she was like organizing her clients. So now she's organizing her clients and making it shake. So that's good. Got it. All right. Last but not least, Sonia. Sonia. Are you there? So Sonia, fun story about her. They went to like, was it Greece? Where y'all go?
We went to Spain.
Spain, girl. But you went to somewhere like exotic. What was it?
We went to Italy last year, but this year we went to Barcelona.
Barcelona, girl. Say the name, girl. Yes. So went to Barcelona, her and her man, girl, her husband.
Yes,
But
me and my husband.
I like it because we're going to be transparent. You know, before Sonia left, she's like, listen, this might not happen because we're going out of town, and she almost counted herself out. I said, well, I'm a tough coach. I said, well, Sonia, you choose what direction you want to go in, right? And you were so close to me, like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, she's gonna knock this out. But I needed to let you go through what you wanted to go through, live your life. I ain't bother you not one time. I said, let her live her Barcelona dreams, right? Because I know if I'm in Barcelona, don't bother me, okay? So you and Green wanted to take your fairy tale vacations during this time. So that's what y'all went to go do at this time. I love it. But you came back and said, what's up? So what clicked? Like, what was it?
The taste and talk in Atlanta with Lisa Nichols, because when we came back from Barcelona, Jay said, babe, do you want to go for this? And I said, no, we good. The people that won, let's just celebrate them. Honestly, we was not going to do it. I mean, we was over the hump. When we came back, when we was at the taste and talk, Carmen, at the taste and talk, and Ty and Serena at the taste and talk, they was like, man, y'all got to do it. And I was like, nah, uh-uh. And I was like, we good. I'm like, we celebrate you guys. Congratulations to you all, but we good. And so, and for Jay and I'm just being 100, when we travel, we take one big trip every single year around the same time. We normally gone for 3 weeks. And I knew we was going on that trip before Frequency when they announced this. And when we gone, that's like our time is vacation, whatever we're gonna call it. And honestly, I don't do any work. And yes, I did do. Of course, I'm gonna have my products. People are gonna see me with the products. I did do a taste and talk. While we was gone in Barcelona, I did enroll a lady there. And so we actually we took the route of retail, because we've actually been. This will be our fourth retail trip with TLC, and we was not in TLC last year, and actually for the last 2 years. And so we came back in December. Well, but when they announced this trip, I was like, wow, 100 customers, because the third option was not released yet. And so when they released the third option, I was a little teed off. I called Nathalie. I had an attitude that day. She gave it right back to me. And and so, but I'm the
Oh,
person.
man. Y'all, Sonia, that day I probably saw another side of her, and I was not in the mood. And it was, y'all know in the morning time, I'm doing self-care. I'm in like the Lord's, I'm trying to rejoice with the Lord. She called me twice, and I answered the phone. And I said, something had to be wrong. Let me figure out how to answer it. And she was like, I'm disturbed. And I was like,
Oh, well,
girl, what's up? And what did I say? I said, are you grateful? You know?
yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm
And she was like, if it's
so
something that she
proud of
can't
you.
change, yeah.
I'm so
And
proud of
so,
no. I want to say this publicly though, because you deserve that. You're a great person. Real emotion is real emotion. Sometimes people bottle up their emotion and they get mad, and then when they get mad, they silently quit, or they silently get mad at their sponsors, or silently get mad at their uplines. When we don't even know what the heck is going on with you. For real. I got my own life going on. I'm not concerned with every moving part of people's lives, you know? So
yeah,
you did a big girl move and you called me. And we had a real
yeah, I
conversation.
did.
And at the end
Yep.
of the conversation, the spirit told me to stay on the call. I stayed on the call. She didn't know what I was doing. I had a client waiting for me. I said, let me finish talking to her. She can wait for a second. And I'm so proud of you because after that
Thank you.
call, you had a aha moment. And you was like,
Yep.
man, let me get this right. So I'm proud of you. Big deal.
Oh, thank you. And so what Jay and I did, I'm gonna make this quick. We actually, we wrote down a list because we're in the gym like 5 days a week. And so I have a lot of connections in the gym. And a lot of the people that I work out with, that we work out with, they know that we do TLC, but honestly, most of them have bought retail. They have never, honestly, have ever purchased from, been our site. And so, we told them what we was doing, what was in, but it started off the first 50 customers, just to be transparent, honestly, was easy for us. The first 50 was easy because the first 50, they actually came from asking a favor. We text out to our friends and our family members, because most people I always support, even if I don't need it. If a person having something for their kid in school, Girl Scout, popcorn, whatever, I would always support whether I want it or not, just to support them. So I went back to a lot of those exact same people and say, hey, I sent out it, everybody got the exact same text. And how I approach them is based on how I come at them. If I'm talking to my cousin, hey, cuz, hey, listen, whatever. And so I say, listen, Jay and we really, really need your help. I start out saying we need your help. And then I did the praying hands. I said, we are in a contest with our health and wellness company. I put in parentheses TLC. And I said, I would always tell them that, like, if it's today is Tuesday, I would say the contest ending Friday. This is when it was first starting. And I said, can you support us by purchasing at least one product? And then I put in parentheses, that's $59.95 before shipping. I didn't want them to go in there and purchase that 5-day sample kit. And I would say that's what the cost is before shipping. And I say, this is what I would recommend based on who I'm talking to. So I sent that to family members that I hadn't talked to in forever, but they always comment, hey, we so proud of you. Well, if you so proud of them, this is what I'm gonna need you to do for me. And so the first 50 honestly came like that. But then when we came back from Spain and we talked to Talenthia, talked to Carmen, talked to Ty and Sierra, that's like, no, you guys, y'all got this. I'm like, no. And I didn't count ourselves out. I'm just being honest, because we still needed at that point, like, I think 23 more customers. And then when John announced the extension, I'm like, well, how are we going to get 23? I didn't ask everybody we can ask. How am I going to get 23 more customers between, and we big football fans. And so what we did was that Sunday, this past Sunday, we was at the game. And so before the game, I actually posted in our homeowners association group. We have a private Facebook group. I posted in that group that we was gonna have a taste and talk at our house. I said, it's gonna be at 7:00 p.m. You can wear, your favorite jersey. We're gonna have some light refreshments. And I told them we was having a taste and talk. We're gonna have music. This is what the taste and talk is going to be. Honestly, it's phase 2 of our subdivision. I don't even know nobody in phase 2. Some of them don't never come to the HOA meetings. So it was about 14 couples that showed up at our house Sunday. When we got back from the game, we was pulling in the garage. Some of them was pulling up. So we had stuff already, the fresh ones was already here. I was so excited that it was like 14 couples that came. I didn't even create a taste and talk link. We had over 1,000 orders. Everybody ordered. I told them, listen, I didn't even know half of them. Just put our address. I put my before and after picture on the private Facebook group. And so Sunday night, you probably saw it in your back. You probably didn't see it with all the customers that came in. So Sunday at our house with the taste and talk, I didn't even have the link. Didn't even create it. My aha moment went off when Carmen reached out to me yesterday. Talenthia and reached out and say, hey, how close are you guys? Where y'all at? I know your party link is popping. I was like, oh my goodness, I didn't create a party link. I had all those orders to go in Sunday night, and I didn't. And our report that everybody's talking about, we had to get a whole new ID number when we came back. So that previous report, we had 820 customers, but I don't have access to that report, so I didn't have a report. So that's
Wow,
really
that's
actually
amazing.
So that's really what we did. And I just want to say congratulations to everybody that won. And I want to thank everybody who actually reached out to us yesterday and say, where you guys at? What's going on? Y'all got to do it. And so, because when we was at the taste and talk with you and Lisa, I told Jay, I told Carmen, and I told Ty and Sierra, I said, nah, we ain't going for it. I did say that at there, and they was like, no, y'all got to do it.
And you made a commitment. I love it. Let's get up for Sonia, you guys, and Jay. So let's get up for everybody on here because there's so many others that won all the things. Congratulations. We don't want to keep you guys too long. All right, so we're gonna wrap this thing up. And the reason why we did this, you guys, and we're gonna do so many more. I like highlighting good activity, right? I like celebrating good activity. I like celebrating people that are doing big things because it allows us to know that it's possible. That's the thing, right? So you'll hear a lot more from them because there's specific trainings that I believe, just like I said, I'm on a call. Is she still on? Lord, tell me the lady's not still on. Wait. Okay, no, she's got off. So I'm on this call with this sales closer, and she just got off like 10 minutes ago. She sells $3,000 packages. We sell $7,500 to $100 packages. So I want you to stay on to the end because I'm gonna give you the game real quick. All right, y'all ready for it? Are y'all ready for it? Are you ready for it? We're about to run an apprentice challenge. Okay? And if you already apprentice, you'll get 2 people to be an apprentice. You get 4 people to get to be apprentice. You just do your thing. But this apprentice challenge will set you up for making an average, right, of about $250 to $1,000 a week. Who wants $250 to $1,000 a week passively? Active and passively. Anybody? Anybody? If you retain your consumers, whether you're using my CRM that I sell, or you have your own, or whatever you're using, if you are retaining your consumers by a click of a button, you can sell products without begging. Instagram is a byproduct of you being organized. Let me run that back to you. Instagram is a byproduct of you being organized. When you have organization and when you have clarity, that accelerates the plan. That's all that everybody did. They pretty much was organized. They had clarity. They was chaotic at first, all over, all over, all over. Then they said, let me get some clarity, right? So let's write this down. We just got the activity that we're going to do. I gave you guys my game. My game was so much different from theirs, and everybody else's game was different. You got to pick the flow that works for you. I don't really have a lot of time during my day. So I got to do what I got to do what I got to do, right? That's my thing. And I give myself a lot of grace because I know that I wish I could be outside and do all the things. And I wish I was more a social person. But when I go work out and I leave. You figure out what works for you. But you got to figure something out tonight. Next, in order to go apprentice, you need 40 moving products, 40 products, and your downline moving every single week. If you're someone like myself that has people on your team, maybe they're not moving, whatever they got going on, you literally can say to yourself, I'm going to make sure that I align myself with 40 people. I'm sorry, I align myself with 13, 13 people and have them move at least one product that they're consuming themselves or that they're reordering it to buy to somebody else, or they might be getting binary, meaning they might sign somebody else up, but they're creating activity. I want that for you. In the next 30 days, everybody will have at least 13 to 25 people on their team. if you follow this exact plan. The Compete to Retreat program prepared people to have customers and distributors on their team. Mia has more distributors on her team than she had 40 days ago. Real talk. So same as Stacy. Stacy probably has more people on her team, am I being honest, Stacy, than you had in like 2 years that you personally enrolled. Because she was intentional.
Yep.
Right? Exactly.
Yep. Absolutely.
Green signed up more people than she did in a year. She's a retail star. By the show of the comments, what has your biggest check been in TLC? Put in the comments. What is your biggest check that you've had in TLC? Let me see. I want that for you again. Let me help you out. In order to prepare for this next, Anthony, can you give me the Apprentice Challenge link? I mean, the details for it. Let me look at it real quick. Okay. In order to prepare for this, y'all, I'm going to give you the plan. We are going to, one, communicate with everybody that we signed up, if you're in that boat, and let them know, listen, this new win in Total Life Changes is a different level. Right now, we have a community that has accountability, that's supportive, and has products that work. You are going to humble yourself, and you are going to communicate with every single person that you enroll with. You got that? You got that? Okay, boom. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to say to yourself, I'm going to strive to move 13 products in 1 week. In 1 week. 13 products in 1 week. Because 13 products on your customer site is almost 200 points, about 160 points. If you have 13 consumers, 13 customers that buy 3 products, write this down, you hit Apprentice. If you have 13 customers that bought 3 products, the NutriBurst, the NRG, the tea, you hit Apprentice. How do you do that, Natalie? Every product has points. 40 points times 12%, or really 10. It's 4 points, right? If you are helping people consume the product, the average person gets Delgada, NutriBurst, NRG, and T, right? If in 1 calendar week, you move these products, you will go Apprentice. If you go Apprentice, guess what happens? We're going to give you additional 500 points. That takes you to director. Every single week that you go Apprentice, you get to be in a raffle to win $250. At the end of this, I have a surprise for you. You'll get 500 additional points and $500 cash. One person will. Why am I doing this? Just like Compete to Retreat, you don't know who's going to win. But Talentia helps 10 people go Apprentice 10 times 500. That's 5,000 points. That's almost $800 extra because she's a great leader that she's winning. Let me run this back. Mia just signed up new people. Mia's job is to make sure that they're active and making sure that they at least know they can participate in the joy of TLC. If I work with 13 people this week and 13 people move 2 products, that's 200 points. How did I do that? Every product on your retail site, you're getting about $4, 4 points. 40 points, you make $20, that's still 4 points, 10%. I run it back. $20 you made, 4 points. If you have multiple people doing the same thing, you'll hit Apprentice. This Apprentice challenge is going to set your business up to go in the right direction. Because if your apprentice has 500 points and they have 1,000 on their leg, guess what happens? They now see the taste of residual income, right? So how I did this is I said, okay, TLC is doing $250. I'll do 500 and we'll do 500 points. Why not? We'll know who's going to win. But every single week, somebody will be able to be in the raffle to be able to win $250. We are in November 18th right now. We still have time. We can close this off tomorrow, Thursday, y'all. And for my challenge, if a leader is helping this person, they're going, when I say leader, they're sponsor. When they fill out their form, who's your coach? They're going to go inside the pot. Because we're going to celebrate good activity. Next, GoPro. I believe, and Anthony, if you can drop the link, who got their $3 ticket? You have $3. Put in the chat. You guys, I don't make any money from this. I know for a fact, if you get yourself to Vegas virtually, guess what's going to happen? You're going to grow. So if you got your ticket from somebody else, get it from the link. I'm only pulling that link. Eric is exporting the list for me. Get the $3 ticket to one of your teammates, right? $3 get you into another raffle. And I'm raffling literally one of my kits. I have cameras. I said to myself, maybe people just don't know how to make content. So usually my clients pay me. Anthony will tell you one of my clients are on here. Minimum, y'all know the price, to teach them how to create content. I want to help you become a content machine. I realize maybe we can switch places. Maybe you could do the work on your end to meet people outside, and maybe I could teach you how I became an attraction marketing creator, if you want to call me that. I enjoy making money on my phone thoroughly. I don't think I can go back to anything else. When I look at my Shopify, look at my orders. These are TLC orders. Loading. I take my TLC orders, like how y'all, I don't have a Cash App. I take my TLC orders, and I take my TLC orders, right? And I place it on my TLC website. I want to teach you the game. Who wants another game? Anybody? I ain't gonna beg y'all to learn how to do automation and stuff because I don't have that in me to be a good salesperson. But in order to get to your next level, you got to do both. So I'm gonna give it away. Why not? One person will get it. I don't know who it is. But the reality is this: in order for us to get to the next level, You can't be a dinosaur in building your business. You have to learn new things. You have to learn AI. You have to learn technology. You have to invest in yourself. I'm not saying you have to get a funnel. That's if you want next level stuff, whatever. You don't need that. But you got to learn technology. So GoPro is going to teach you. You got to hear from somebody else, not me at this point. It's going to teach you technology. Next, at the end of this Apprentice Challenge, we're going to do a giveaway for Tasting Talks. Whoever logs into their back office and they are doing Tasting Talks, I'm going to pull it from the back office and I'll be giving away $500 for whoever it is that wins the Tasting Talks. Why am I doing this money giveaway? Money's just a tool. It's a tool. I ain't rich, but I know how to sow seeds. Money's a tool. I want you to win. Anthony, how many people I signed up this week? 2? 2? They already got like 15 customers. I want that for you. I don't want you to work so hard, okay? I want you to learn how to attract and market yourself. Attract and market yourself. I want you to do both. Because what happens is when you work hard and you don't see your commission check go up, then you kind of feel like, oh my God, I call my team members all day long and they're not working because you're not intentional. I don't talk to none of y'all on the phone, for real. You wanna know why? You wanna know why I didn't talk to people on the phone all day? Because y'all know what to do. You need me, you know where to find me. And if I call you, trust me, the Lord put it on my spirit. Because I don't got no time, y'all. I really don't. And at first I was mad today. I was like, man, I got no time. Like I told Mr. LaCar, I'm like, man, I really have no time. And I said, you know what? The next time the Lord blesses you with some time, you're gonna be more faithful over your time, girl. That's my real life. That's my real life, you guys. That in this season, time has not been really on my side, for real. But the Lord has, right? And I'll show you guys right now. All day, I am working. I work. This is my life, right? Tomorrow, I got another client that's taking up more of my time. And I love her. I love my clients. But imagine if you can move enough products. You can relate to me. You want some more time, right? Some time freedom? Who wants more time freedom? Anybody? We're one of the same. So I told myself, if this amazing young lady can do calls every night, I'm back in the field. I'm back in the field. If I gotta talk to my team, if I gotta go on Instagram Live, I'm going to be on live. I'm gonna be going calls every day. Every day I'm doing something for TLC. I'm dedicating 1 hour to TLC every day. I challenge you to help somebody go apprentice. I challenge you to maximize Black Friday. I challenge you, if you're someone that's competing to retreat, you did all the things, don't stop. Do it every week. This is personal. It's between you and God. And when I got back in town, I said, Nathalie, you gotta lose 20 pounds. Do I like myself? Yeah, I love myself. But if I love myself, I'll lose 20 pounds. I like myself. I love myself. But if I love myself, I will lose this 20 pounds. The 20 pounds released is for our next win. The win is caught up in my 20 pounds, for real. Because I gotta show you that it's possible to lock in. You guys are all beautiful. I'm not gonna tell you to lose any weight. You fine. But you know that you can lock in on your health. So whoever wants to be my accountability and y'all on the field, cool. I'm about to have a whole little group chat. For real. I am dropping 20 pounds. Real talk. Anthony, if you see me eating anything crazy, throw it in the trash. Is 20 pounds gone? Because I do know one thing. I'm not saying to starve yourself, because I still eat crabs and all the things. But eating crabs, not working out, you gotta have portion control. Me eating a vegan burger with French fries with a bun, that's ridiculous. Y'all want me to show you before I go? To show you what really got me to say this to y'all? Cause I gotta tell people my truth tonight. Real talk. I was inside my location by myself, enjoying my time by myself. And I told myself, in my mind, I said, it's gonna make you laugh, but you gotta see it. I said, I'm gonna be a food blogger. I don't know why I said this to myself. And you have to be transparent, right? The way I twirled that up, y'all, I can't make this up. Now, this was the moment. I said, at this very moment, that's what I said, I gotta tell my team. I said, I gotta tell them, I love y'all. So I said, let me tell I said, I gotta tell my team what happened. Cause I said, our next level is caught up with our discipline. You guys get what I'm saying? We can laugh because we cool. I don't mind y'all laughing. I was laughing. I showed my boyfriend, I was like, yo, well, look what I did. And look what I did next. I'm a very locked in person. I got so disgusted with myself. I said, yeah. I said, I went back to my phone. I said, when you were the finest, you meal prepped. Lay off of outside food, Nathalie, for a month. That's all I'm doing. No outside food for a month. So I'm challenging you guys. I'm dropping this 20. We're going to help people go Apprentice. I would love for our team to compete to Apprentice. I would love to see you guys really embody this business. You guys are the best team ever. Real talk. It's known. Y'all really are. Y'all got next. And whoever's not in my downline, you're on here. You do too, because you're on here. Shoot. It's okay. But I'm going to speak life to my people every day. And I'm proud of you. And I'm proud of you for making the decision that you're not going to give up on your dreams. If I can do this, if the godfather of network marketing can come on our call and speak life to us, that's a dream come true for me. I didn't even know it was for real till today. I was like, wait, I said, I didn't even get dressed. But my authentic self was I was in the middle of working. Let's lock in. If you need me, text me. Let's use that group to be accountable. If you need theory, any techniques, put inside the group. We're all there to help each other. And I'm so proud of you guys. I cannot wait to see what God's about to do in your life. You literally are so close to your goals. And I remember, last but not least, when I was in my sister's house, sleeping on her couch in 2017. I got rid of my apartment. I got rid of everything because it was just too expensive. It was either get rid of my apartment or get rid of my salon. I said, I'm out this apartment. Can I sleep on your couch? Okay? Slept on their couch. I remember going to my previous sponsor's house during Black Friday. I remember calling everybody, texting everybody to get ready for Black Friday. I said, get your smart ship on. Get binary. You guys, I made $8,000 that day. That day. I couldn't believe my eyes. I said, what the? I said, child, she probably made like 200, but I made $8,000. I said, is this legal? Right? Then they hit it with a Cyber Monday sale. I made like another $8,000 that day. You guys, that was enough money for me to move into my apartment. The apartment that I made $4 million in, that was the apartment. I bought all my stuff from Amazon. I decorated my apartment from Amazon. I don't know who needs to hear this, but every single thing you want in your life, you can have. But you have to have goals. So I want to see in the Telegram group that I will be an apprentice, or I will help whatever the amount of people you're going to be apprentice. I want to see in the Telegram group. I want to hold you accountable. And every single person that competes to apprentice, that desires to make an extra $2,000 a month from this proven formula, I literally will be I don't care who your sponsor is. I'm going to work with your sponsor. But once you hit apprentice, I'm going to create a mentorship group so you can never not be an apprentice again. As soon as we hit apprentice, I'm adding you to the group. As soon as you're an apprentice, I'm adding you to the group. As soon as you help somebody hit apprentice, you're added to the group. I'll be teaching everything I know on how I sustain my network marketing business. And that's how we're going to start the Freedom Club that I wanted to start last year. The Freedom Club will be filled with a bunch of apprentices. Fair enough? If that's fair, put 1 in the chat. Freedom Club, 1 in the chat. 1 in the chat. I don't care who your sponsor is. 1 in the chat for the Freedom Club. All right, let's go. Love you guys. I pray that the Lord blesses you. I pray that God gives you confidence, clarity, and just motion. I know that you know that He's not forgotten about you. And whatever you put your mind towards, you can do it. You are enough. You are worthy. You are equipped. You have what it takes. There's no devil in hell that can interfere with what God has for your life. Have an amazing evening, and I will see you guys tomorrow. God bless.